Alright guys, so welcome to this video, and today we're gonna be talking about screenplays and how you can make better screenplays, mistakes that beginners make while writing. So here's the thing, I used to always write stories. Now I decided to do screenplays because why not, first of all, and second of all, if I ever get the chance I might try making them into movies. Like, I don't know, there's a few things that I've realized, and I've tried making them into movies, a few of them, not like good movies like with high production, just basic movies with my camera, like nothing professional or anything, just seeing how they look when they're actually made into a film. So yeah, when I did that, I realized that a few scenes in my screenplay are absolutely meaningless, and they don't add any value. Dialogues are boring in so many ways. Alright, let's just start with the dialogues. First of all, the number one thing is the dialogues and how you can get them wrong. So here's the thing that I've learned, that you need to use dialogues as an expression that the character uses. It's not what the character is thinking about or what the character is forced to say. Dialogues are things that the character want to say, and they want to say it to express themselves, not to make the story go forward in any way. This is what I used to do. I used to write dialogue so that people get context, but people should get context from the film in other ways rather than the dialogue. The dialogue is more like the icing on the cake, like more like the end result of the story, like the way because of the setting and because of what happened, this is what the character is feeling right now, and this is why the character is saying all this. It's not to progress the story. No one's forcing them to say all this. They are saying this because that is who they are. So dialogues can be tricky. All the characters cannot sound the same. They shouldn't be talking in order to help us understand what's going on, you know. That shouldn't be, that is not okay, and that is absolutely boring to watch most of the time. So yeah, that's the thing with dialogues. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about is the thing with structure, the story structure. Now there are a few very well renowned writers out there who use story structures. They talk about story structures, and I don't know if they are called story structures, they're called cycles, or patterns, or having formula or something that every story should have or commonly do have. Now most beginner writers disagree, and I disagree as well, not because I don't think story structures are helpful, but I think story structures come later. It shouldn't be how you generate ideas for your story. If you don't know the ending of your film, then you shouldn't use a story structure in order to predict the ending, because that doesn't really work that way. I think if you have the story structure in mind, knowing what to do in the right time or length, having the right plots and everything, you can have that. But I think it all comes later. The first most important thing of your screenplay is your original idea, or the thing that you imagine. Making that come true is the main idea of the screenplay. It's not supposed to follow any formulas. Even if it does come into a formula, it doesn't really, it comes in second or third. The first thing is your own purpose or original stories. If it makes sense with the story, then it's okay, but if it doesn't, the formula should definitely come in second. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm still a little confused about this, but I think it's not as important as you might think. Then you have something called the character arcs. Now I've gone through a lot of character arcs, and I find that every scenario that you can imagine happening to your character, there is a character arc for that, so you don't have to worry about that. If you write a story that has a few characters, then you'll somehow fit any one of the character arcs that are out there. You don't have to worry about that at all. I don't think you need to think about that. After writing, you might go over and see what character arc you have followed or the story has created, but you don't have to keep that in mind when you're writing or when you're starting out. The whole point of the story comes first before the structure or the character arcs. So yeah. Another thing I want to say is that you might want to ignore all the rules that they have on writing scripts, because they might, if you find them to be not productive, or if you find them to be an obstacle in your creative flow, then completely disregard all the things that I've said in this video, because a good story is way more valuable than a story that all the rules correctly followed. And if you're writing a story that you want to write, and if you're writing it the way you want to write it, then there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. There is no way to judge a script properly. There is no science in this. This is completely based on opinions and opinions of other people and opinions from a group of people and all that. So I think if you're gonna be a better screenwriter, if you keep on writing the things that you want to write and then see how they turn out in the main film, that's where you can learn so much. Since you can't always afford making your screenplays into actual films, what you can do is study screenplays. Even if you study the structure, if you don't actually have to go through each and every dialogue, if you just go through the structure and see how that movie turned out to be, depending on the structure, you can get a good rough idea about how you should structure your story, when you should have the ending. All this really matters on depend on your story, your personal story, but still you can get a lot of experience from other people's work. And the last thing I want to say is knowing your characters a lot. If you're gonna write a story about someone, if you don't care about your character, or if you don't to have a good character, then no one's gonna care about that character either. You want to make sure that the audience can have a relationship with the character in a way, they can say, oh, alright, I appreciate what he or she is doing, or say I don't like what he or she is doing, or you can make the audience can make comments about the situation that will actually make the audience be more interested, or have be involved somehow in the film, and that is very good for your movies. So yeah, those are a few things that I've realized in writing scripts. These are all coming from a beginner screenwriter's perspective, and maybe one day I'll try to make them into a movie, because that is what they are made for. They're not meant to be read. So it's a good story when you have a good story, so you can ignore everything. I'm sorry about the birds. I don't know why they are birds making so much noise at 2:20 a.m. It's absolutely weird. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Comment down below if you have anything to say about this. I would really like to hear about what you have to say, and it will help others learn as well. So go ahead, write down the things that you want to say, and if you want to subscribe, that would be great too. I upload useful tutorial videos and random things, so you might find this channel to be absolutely not relevant to what you normally like. So yeah, sorry about that. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Finish your script and make it into a film.